Mr. President, I come to the floor to join my colleagues who have been speaking this morning about the access to health care for women in America. And today, as women take action across the nation to bring focus to this issue, I'd like to join my colleagues, particularly the senior senator from Washington, and thank her for her leadership on this important issue. She knows better than most how many times the United States Senate and the Congress in the last decade have fought over access to health care for women. It seems like every budget debate, every fiscal cliff, every budget negotiation, every issue had to have a debate about whether we were going to defund Planned Parenthood. So it's not a surprise that we're out here today as states across the nation try to roll back access to health care. I guarantee you, I believe, and my state believes, that access to health care should be and is protected under the Constitution as a right to privacy. We believe that and codified Roe v. Wade into statute by a vote of the people in the 1990s. So anytime anybody is going to take on access to health care for women and erode what is a basic right in our state, and I believe a basic right protected in our Constitution, we are going to raise our voices. You are going to hear from us. So it is amazing to me that every budget battle, every debate here in the Senate comes down to rolling back access to women's health care. And now, as we see Supreme Court justices who may or may not uphold those basic rights as were established in Connecticut versus Griswold, as a Supreme Court justice who just happened to hail from the state of Washington understood that the privacy rights protected in the Constitution are in the penumbra of rights. And so, yes, I believe that our Supreme Court justices should also continue that well-established practice of observing those privacy rights. So, hard to say what all these state actions will lead to, whether they will make it to the Supreme Court and what this Supreme Court will have to say about it. But I can tell you that we here in the United States Senate, women who understand the access to health care, are so emphatic that we not erode these rights. I had the very unfortunate situation of having to speak at a funeral this weekend for a 28-year-old former staff member who died of cancer. And I know how much fight she had in her. But it was afterwards where one of her relatives said to me, "Senator, you can't leave this unaddressed. Young women at college campuses are not getting the breast exams to do early detection that they should. They should be out there. We should do more to evangelize that young women need to pay attention to their health care." And yet here we are across the nation having this debate, and I guarantee you that the access to health care to do those early detections in a lot of communities come with the access that organizations like Planned Parenthood and others deliver. So while they're not what's immediately under attack by these states, I guarantee you it is all part of a larger debate that needs to stop. Health care should be the right of women to be discussed with their doctors and continue to be protected under our Constitution. I thank the President, and I yield the floor.